Whoa, you came with your game faces on already? That's cool, and you should, since this is classic Castlevania on NES Tips this week. And looks like Simon's already at the gates, so let's get going. When you get to the castle entrance, don't bother going in at first. Jump over the entrance and back to receive the first treasure of the game. When you get here, you'll be able to find your first meat in the game. You're going to want to get those whenever you can. Down here by the merman, whip that block, fall down, and duck to receive the second treasure. 1,000 points. Once you get to the bat, some people like to use the axes. I personally prefer the holy water. Throw it there on the wall and he'll just get stuck and can't attack you. At the beginning of the second level, whip the bricks at the top of the stairs to get the first treasure. Whip here to get your power up for your weapon, and then stand over here for about 3 seconds to get the second treasure of the level. When you get to the part with the Medusas by the pit, whip the first one and keep going. Don't stop, and you should get by them flawlessly. Now make sure you get your meats whenever you need them. There's one here and one here. You're going to walk a little bit and see some spikes. You're going to want to time your jump for the first one. On the second one, you're going to want to duck halfway through walking so you don't get smashed. Now when you get to Medusa, you're going to want to use your holy water so she won't move. Alternatively, the stopwatch will stop her also. On level 3, you'll get to a part with some birds next to a bunch of pits. Now, if you stand on the stairs, you'll be safe in case they hit you. You won't be knocked off into the pits. Right after that, you'll be able to jump off of a ledge and get a treasure. And later on in the level, there's a place with 2 bricks underneath you where you can duck and get another treasure. There's also a trick you can use when a bird shows up. Walk to the left after they start flying. Get them off the screen and they'll disappear for good. When you get to the mummies, you can grab your meat and don't go towards that pit. You can't skip them, so don't do it. Instead, go over to the right and toss either your holy water or keep whipping. Eventually, they're going to go away pretty quickly. When you get to level 4, remember that bats come at you from the direction you're facing. So when you're riding the platforms across the water, turn and look behind you so they come up behind you and not in front. When you get to a part with stalactites, duck under them and go easy on this. There's enemies that come at you, but if you try and rush, you're probably going to fall into water, get hurt or something. Speaking of taking it easy, when you get to the part with the Igors that are being dropped from the eagles, just go, hit them, but pay attention to what they drop because you don't want to pick up a weapon that you don't want. Speaking of weapons you want, throw holy water at those bone dragons if you got it. Make sure to pick up the meat hidden there. Same thing for this bone dragon. Throw some holy water. If you get to Frankenstein and you don't have holy water, you're going to have to whip him. It can be pretty difficult, but it's possible. You just have to pay attention to the way this hunchback is hopping all around. But if you do have holy water, here's the way to do it. Towards the beginning of the Grim Reaper level, there's going to be a skeleton above you. If you push him all the way by the right side of the screen, he's going to walk over your head. Then it's easier to get to him. There's a meat by the first door in the level, and if you go to this ledge and take a leap of faith onto the other ledge, there's going to be a treasure that will appear for you. This room is probably one of the most bothersome in the entire game. Medusa heads and knights galore. If you try using your whip, it's possible, but it's really tough and you'll probably die more often than not. But if you have holy water, it's to the rescue like usual. Now when you get to the Grim Reaper, throw holy water one at a time on that ledge up there and he'll just go away quick again. For the giant bats on the last level, jump and hit one time if it's in the air. If it's on the bottom, just jump over them and keep going. If they shoot, stop and dodge. Down there in the blocks there's a meat if you need it, but if not, just jump over here and wait for some good timing, and when there's an opening, drop down on the steps and go. There's a treasure down here if you jump over here onto this part and duck, but it's usually more trouble than it's actually worth. When you get up to Drax's tower, get your boomerang and then power it up. Go back down the stairs and come back up and throw your boomerang at each candle until you get a Roman numeral 3. This will help you a lot in Dracula's second form. When you get in Dracula's room, whip where the holy water is to get rid of it so you don't accidentally pick it up. Now when he appears, he's going to open his cape and shoot 3 fireballs at you. When he opens his cape, that's when you want to jump. Now he flashes for a few seconds when he appears, but that usually doesn't matter as long as you can get out of the way. Now don't hit his last head until he's up against the right side of the screen. Bam! He turns into the giant thing in the middle of the screen. You're going to be screwed. Just jump and use your cross on him. Throw it over and over. Now he'll probably get generally close to you. When he does that, it's not going to be your favorite thing because you're going to get hurt. So just take the beating when he hops on you and walk to the right or left, whichever the case is. Well, that wraps it up again. Hopefully this helped you so you won't hear as often as you used to.